My name is Patrick Riley, Partner Marketing Manager at the Predictive Index. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Ben McGlaughlin, former CEO of Wolfgang Candy Company and current partner and business consultant at Quake. We talked about the evolving needs of CEOs, how they are engaging consultants, and the growing need for technology and proven repeatable process. I hope you enjoy. Ben, thanks for joining me today. As a former CEO and now partner at Quake, you have a unique perspective and truly understand what CEOs are looking for. As we look to better understand what CEOs want from a consultant engagement and what they're looking and struggling with, we surveyed 150 of them earlier this year and would love your reaction and your perspective to some of those findings.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
So first we found that CEOs are laser focused on talent strategy. 92% of them surveyed identified needing help with everything from leadership development, employee engagement, finding the right people for the right roles. My first question is, when you were CEO, did you see business strategy fall apart when the talent wasn't the focus?
Yes, absolutely. In my business, we were in a competitive sales environment, trying to gain market share. And as in a high growth environment or a competitive environment, talent can derail things if you don't have the right people in the right place.
So now, with your role as a consultant, are you noticing that your clients are putting more of a focus now on the talent piece rather than the strategy piece?
Well, I think as it relates to clients I'm working with, they're mainly still focused on strategy. But what I'm finding throughout my engagement is some of the problems that they're experiencing in a business are because of talent. And it might not be very evident to them at the time until I start working with them, and then we drill down to the reasons why they're experiencing some of their problems, and then it becomes evident that it's talent.
Do you have an example of a time where you were working with a client on a strategy issue, but actually uncovered that there was a talent issue there?
Sure. I was working with a client recently on some growth strategy where I was helping him develop the organization and structure the organization to be able to grow. They had some high growth targets, and working together with that CEO, we evaluated that they had some talent gaps in one area of the management team, of the senior leadership team. And I worked with him to develop a job role, to recruit for the position, and then ultimately my engagement morphed into kind of an executive coaching role over the next 90 days, 120 days, to make sure that that person had a great experience in the organization and that the team was working together well.
That's awesome. So briefly, how are you helping them with this?
Well, so a lot of our engagements morph into team coaching, executive coaching types of assignments. And so we'll go into a business, we'll work on a particular problem, we'll work with the business to develop that, whether that's in a high growth area or whether they're experiencing difficulty, strategic problem that's happening in the business. And then what most often happens is at the end of that engagement, we continue on as a team coach or an executive coach for the CEO or the leaders in the business.
That's awesome. Another disruption that we found when we reached out to these CEOs was that software is becoming a necessary tool for management consultants. So now more than ever, CEOs are hesitant to pay for customized engagements. There's some murky ROI there. So 41% of these CEOs said that they'd opt for a consultant who would help them adopt a proven process or system. Does this ring true for you in your experience as a CEO first?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not surprised to hear about that. Traditional consulting engagements can be very costly, both from a financial perspective and from the perspective of your team's time and the involvement on a project. We are finding that CEOs are looking for technology that can help them solve solutions, kind of reduce that time drain and also the financial drain of more traditional consulting assignments.
Now, as a consultant, is this how you're positioning it, or your selling point when you're talking to CEOs?
Well, what I want to do for my clients is provide the best possible solution. And oftentimes that solution really is focused on the right people in the role, the right people in the job. And so oftentimes the best way to go about that is through a tool and working with the CEO with a tool to help them scientifically better understand who's right for that role and who isn't.
That's awesome. Well, it's clear CEO preferences are changing, and it sounds like you're keeping up with that. So if anyone watching wants to read the report, click the link below. And Ben, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy being here.